What's going on, everybody? It's Amma Jamma here. I am back for another live stream session. I feel like it has been way the F too long. So let's get right into it. Enough of the small talk. We're here to make money. Let's make some money today. I noticed a lot of good. We're going to talk for a minute while some people jump in. We're only at 25. I want to see some more in here. Um, I've noticed a lot of people that have. Uh, Responded to me and said they really like the options trading more than the equities trading. So I'm going to try to, at the very least, give you guys a couple hot picks every day on the option side too before we jump into the Discord. That's my plan. That's what we're going to do. I'm going to let me pop this link a couple places. Don't worry, I'm not going to cut you off in the middle of the trade today. I just want to make sure everybody's ready to go here. And we will get going. I'm going to pop this link in a couple places and we will get started. What? And if you guys don't go, I Sunday nights if you have nothing to do, Big Quench's streams on Sunday nights have been insane. Great way to set up your week. So go make sure you guys check those out on Sunday nights because they're really fantastic streams. And I don't plug too much in this stream to be honest. I want you guys to make some money first before I mention the Discord or anything else. So, that's the reality of it. And let's get everyone here. And we are good to go. Let's get started. Let's look at some stocks. How about that? It is the meme stock squeeze back in full action, guys. I'll tell you what, we've got AMC, we've got BBBY, we've got all those bad boys acting quite spicy. And if you don't like the word spicy, sorry, that's my catchphrase. So let's check out some of those stocks first before we even look at the top runners of the morning. SQL we already played in the Discord a couple times, and it was in the watch list. I want to look at our meme stocks first. Who we kidding? That's what we want to know. We want to know if BBBY is going to continue after an epic 130% day yesterday. Let's find some levels for you. All right. So let's pop on this 5-minute chart here. We'll look at this chart and go from there. So I've got the 5-minute on. We've retraced pretty much. I don't even need to put a fibs on this. We could see right here that we retraced massively, but we had such a push. I mean, we pushed from $3 to 703, approximately 135% from low a day to high a day. This bounce point's quite interesting. It's directly exactly where we bounced yesterday. So this is an interesting dilemma for me. If we pop on a little longer chart, like say a 15-minute, what's this telling me? It's telling me one thing. I want to see us break over this wick. All right, because this is where we held up pre-market after hours yesterday. Pre-market this morning, we gapped up. We didn't gap down pre-market. We gave it away right away, but we gapped up pre-market. That's very, very telling. Very telling having that gap up at 4 a.m. All right. So we're going to watch this one. What we want to see, because fibs really isn't a factor here. We're at 0 point. In fact, we pull back even further. So we're not really looking at the fibs here. We're looking at this 335, 336 levels. Yes, it's 10% from where we're at now. I get that. But you know what? I'm the type that I'm willing to give up that 10% to take the 40% and eliminate half my risk. It's a game of numbers, guys. I tell you guys this all the time. If you get the words I feel, I think out of your vocabulary, it doesn't matter what you feel. It doesn't matter what you think. The hedge funds don't give a FUCK what you say think is going to happen. When you say, well, the SPY ran too hot, we're at 418, it has to come back down here. Guess what? We're going to get another green Dan day. That's what happened all week last week. So get that word I think and I feel out of there. Take a statistics class, work on probability, work on percentages, and you're good to go. When you go with the math, you beat the odds. That's all there is to it. Go with the math. And my math tells me, a few different things. I don't give a crap about I think I know anything else. No problem. We're looking at statistics and numbers on this. So for me, I want to see us, I'm giving up that 10% to feel a little safer in this trade. We want to see a sustained hold over 330. Or that flickering wick. We'll pop this chart on. This is probably the chart we're going to watch as we as we come into market open. I don't know yet. Let's pop on AMC, another one of those. I'm not a hodler, guys. You came to the wrong stream if you want me to preach that, let's talk about, the black market, black trading, how many borrowed shares there are, how it's really worth $2,000. It's not me, but I'll tell you what is me. I'm going to trade the shit out of some meme stocks and we're going to make some money. That's what's me. All right. I don't care about the conspiracy theories. I don't care if AMC hits $1,000 next week, because here's the reality. If AMC starts popping to that $1,000, I'm going to be in there and I'm going to make my money, but I'm going to trade in the meantime. That's just me. I'm trading in the meantime. That's it. So we have, this little flag going on here, which is quite interesting. So honestly, these wick highs, I'm not overly concerned about. I want to see us break out of this. We know about impulse moves out of a wedge. More than 80% of the time, it's going to come back, retest the wedge. So we want to see one of two things here. We want to see a breakout of this wedge and a hold. And then we jump in at that hold point, like a strong push, impulsive move. But on those, you have to be careful because we could get that pullback really hard on the other end of that. And AMC didn't give us 12% up. It's got a couple little pepper flakes in it, but it's by no means spicy. So we've got to see what happens here and go from there, because I personally feel like 2% pre-market, nothing great with the volume. Let's check our daily volume. Volume is king. All right. When you see that volume start to act quite, even here. All right. This volume told us this was going to happen 2 weeks later, because the volume is always volume's the peak sheet. That's the cheat sheet. You get to check out that volume and you get to go, well, it's coming. Might not be going up, might not be going down, but it's coming. Those spike in volumes precurse something, like right here. Uptrend, sideways, massive volume spike. What did that precurse? A nasty sell-off of 60% in a month. Spike of volume, sell-off after it. Spike of volume here, reversal uptrend. Spike of volume here, another hard uptrend. We've got that volume spike again. We're getting a very strong move coming in. I'm leaning towards the downside. Hate to break it to you folks. Let's check out our top runners for the day. We will come back to BBY. Don't you worry about that. All right. We got SQL. Hard push already. We're plateauing. We're sitting a little bit. It's hinting a little bit of a bull flag, but we really don't have enough sell off to indicate it is a flag. But we are definitely consolidating, wedging up here. Definitely something we want to watch. So we want to see, that impulse move. We want our volume in our first 5 minutes to be at least triple peak volume of pre-market, to feel like we even have a chance to truly push on this one for a next leg up. We know some of these can have, it doesn't matter, it's up 244%. We know how this market moves. What do we got for our float? Fantastic. All right, 5 million. I'll take it. So this is a micro float, teeny float, under 10 million. That's what we want to see. Those are the ones that they can have that gusto to move. We didn't give anything back. So we want to see that hard push there. And we want to let's put on our 15-minute, identify our major support resistance levels. Obviously, one was here. We wicked up, came back down. So we're going to pop a line right here. And we're going to pop a line on our fibs, and let's measure our impulsive move. And then you guys know we're going to put our box in our 0.50 to our 618. So this is our main, and look at that. The line I drew is right in the middle of that. So that's what we want to see. All right. If we lose, all right, now listen to me close. If we lose 160, all right, if we lose 155 to 160, let's give it a few cents. If we lose 155 to 160, I'm not touching it till we come down to at least 125. All right. So remember that and keep note of that. It looks like it's wanting to pop a little bit right now. Definitely interesting. Might test that high a day before we even get a chance to to play it. We'll see. Let's keep on moving. Keep on moving. This one, another one, definitely interesting. Had that nice pop, some nasty wicks, but a lot of those pre-market are not even real. To get an order filled at that 8 a.m. Robinhood bubble where you see those peaks where you get that 10-12% peak, good luck getting filled. Let's be real. You guys all know the peaks I'm talking about. These candles right here. I don't even need to talk about. Here's our 7 o'clock candle right here. All right. Good luck getting filled. That's all I know. So we're going to watch this little ascending wedge we've got going on right here for some continuation. Again, another one we didn't have much sell off. Let's check out our floaty float. We got to know our float. Another little float. 1 million float, 1.6. Okay, we've got some stuff to work with today, baby cakes. Let's go. All right, so for this one, again, same thing. I don't want to necessarily take that impulsive break out of this wedge pattern. I want to establish a little bit of resistance, I want to demagnetize ourselves from there. However, if we get a strong impulse move, we might not get that retest back. So we need to be very, very cautious as far as that goes. So we've really got 3 scenarios. We've got our impulsive pop out and our retest, which is always the safest play you're going to take in extremely high risk day trading. So number 1 right here, we're going to get that impulse break out, come back retest. That's when you take your trade. On the retest, you could decide short or long on there. Number 2, we have that instant pop. We take it when we get a little few cents break, few cents of breathing room from this trend line, knowing that we're going to get that impulse strong move. Or on the sell-off, same thing, but reverse it. Where we get the sell-off, we come down, get our sell-off, come back, retest, and either pop back into our wedge or it fails. There's only so many things a chart can do. It can go up, it can go sideways, it can go down. So what our job is to establish our exact places within that where we can add probability of trend breaks, volume, second level. Why is my time in sales and second level all messed up? Sorry, guys. I don't know what happened here. There we go. Second level, in those things. So the more information we compile, the more successful we could be. This is really strange. I want this actually pulled down. Oh, well, I guess we're going to have extra time in sales today. I don't feel like messing with it right now. Oh, that's why. There we go. All right. So, those, just the combination of those things. Now, this one immediately caught my eye just because it looks like we're sitting right around our fibs from our peak high here. Is that even a real peak high or is that a 7 o'clock high? Okay. 6 o'clock. All right. So that one. And then there is a couple more I wanted to check from yesterday before we get into it. So I'm going to pop this onto the 1 day. I want to look at SECO as one of them. Let's pop on the 15-minute chart because this one's interesting. Our flag has not. It's on the border of being longer than the flagpole, but we get a bullish break out of this. We could get a really strong push, and it's indicating it's wanting to do that kind of right now. So I put that on the 15-minute to see her clearer. But now at this point here, above this wick high in this area here is probably my area where I would like to see it hold before I'd be comfortable holding a position because it has been such strong downtrend since yesterday, to be honest. But it's starting to get a little bit of volume pickup here. It had a little bit of volume into market open yesterday. What was our volume candle? So what we want to see on our 5-minute, we have 5-6 volume. We want to see at least 4 to 5 million. We want that volume to come within 2/3 to 3/4 of what it did yesterday at that mark open candle. So let's watch that for our 5-minute candle to try to get one of these pushes. Because even this push here was, $3.50 all the way up to $5.15, $1.60. I mean, let's get real. It's like 40%. That's what we want. So let's pop over to the options side because I know why you guys are here. Let's get our SPY levels. All right. I've got a bunch of stuff drawn from last time we talked SPY, Friday, Monday, but we could see one thing right here. Every day I delete our chart. I tell you guys this, and I don't want the VWAP on, to be honest. It doesn't matter what the VWAP's doing. It's just following the price action. So we've definitely got this trend we're sitting in. We've got this, I had said this yesterday too. I felt we were going to be range bound, and we are. Right now, we're range bound on the SPY between 408 and 411. But Amy, it's $3. You can make a lot of money trading $3 SPY. Hell yes, you can. But you've got to identify the range, because within this range, you've got this tighter area here where a lot of traders, including myself, full disclosure, I have losing trades too. A lot of traders get caught in this middle range here. Let's pop on the 15-minute. This is like 101. This is trading 101. Establish your first 15-minute candle and don't touch that. Don't trade it. Trade the loss of it, the break back into it, but don't trade within it. Do not enter trades within your first 15-minute candle. Yesterday, it was this area here. So if we stuck by that rule, we would have saved ourselves a whole lot of heartbreak. Because would you look at this? How many times would we have actually gotten into a trade yesterday? The bullish break here, the bullish break here. And these are 15 minutes. Remember, this is a good half hour of movement. The bullish break here. All in here, we didn't have a candle open above that 15-minute. They all stayed within there. We never cleared and broke out of it. And the bullish break here. We would have saved all that headache just by saying, I'm not trading that first 15-minute block. That's a lot. It's not necessarily a secret. A lot of traders use that strategy. So, okay, market's open. Let's pop on our BBBY. I want to see what it's doing. Let's make some money. All right, so we're already coming close to that entry. We had an instant candle. We did not break it. Would you look at how the hard rejection was literally 2 cents above where I drew that line? Because that was a major resistance point that we needed to be very careful about. So now we want to see that impulsive break up over that 55 MA. So now at this point, I'm watching my 55, of course, but on top of that, we're watching that level. And AMC, I'm pretty sure is selling off. If I had to guess, AMC is selling off right now. Oh, look at that. Yes, we are. And it kind of told us that. It wasn't great, guys. It wasn't great. We said it wasn't great. I said I think it's going to fall off a market open, and it did. When you can keep that open mind and say, just because something meme stocks are hinting up and social media is talking about them and woo this and woo that, like, it doesn't matter. Let's trade the charts at hand. And AMC was bearish as shit this morning, and we're not playing it. BBBY sold off 45%. This one, at least we know, can get a little 10, 20% pop for you. That's what we want to see. So that's when we're watching as well. And I want to look at my SPY. I want to see what my SPY is doing. All right, so SPY is really interesting here. That wick high. We don't want to go too tight here, all right? Because this is what's happening when you've got that super consolidated tight zone there. It's so easy to get caught in, like, because like on a nice strong day, you could say, okay, this wick high right here, I'd want to take the calls. And of course you could take that. But really, we have a nasty pileup of construction on the highway right here. We want to get past that. We want to get past all that. And then we also have this hard rejection at this area here coming into market open. So honestly, I want to see us at least over this square before we think about taking those 5 calls. As far as the puts go, this is a hard pickup at that 408.57. Let's pop on our 15-minute. Where does that wick line up? It lines up perfectly to the penny with our first wick low yesterday. We did come lower, but it's definitely something to watch there. So are we playing our zones? What are we doing? We're playing our zones where we're taking this zone recovery and we're taking these bounces. Because if we do that, right here was a nice trade. If we did that, right here was a nice trade. And now it's hinting, it's sniffing at trade number 3. But trade number 3, third bounce, we went lower than our last bounce. We lost that zone, and we can't even break the wick high of the 2 candles before it on the 1 minute. That's scary shit to me. I want to see us a little higher up. I want to see us over 409.50 before we touch anything there. Now let's go to our daily, our 1 days, and let's see. All right, so we already broke this out of that bullish trend here. We knew for that entry we wanted to take it 201, and we're halted. So if you set your buy at 201, remember, anyone who's joining new, I give you the levels. You have to set your trades. You have to watch your chart. I want to give a quantity of good trades so you guys can find the trade that works for you. And the one we did, what I gave you with XQL was that enter over $2. We're halted up right now. Love to see it. There's a teeny tiny float. This thing could really, really fly. First candle's going to tell a story. After this unhalt, if we're immediately red, I don't like it. We're going to come down to at least 116. We need to break. I want to see at least 215 at the open to 225. And there it is. All right. So 229 entry, that's already 15%. You take that $2 entry, you're 15% already, 2 candles. That's what you want right there. And it's pushing up. There we go. That's another halt. This one's going to be nasty today. That's some profits. I'm going to make a bold prediction here, and I'm by no means telling you to buy into something that has halted twice in the first 6 minutes of market open, but I'm going to tell you I think this cracks $3 today. I really do believe that. Micro caps like this, it might come down to 170 before we get that $3, but we're already up 36 cents. We're already up 15% on this trade. I would set a couple limit buys. I would set one at your entry. Make sure, protect your profits. Don't give up your money, guys. So that's what I would personally do, and maybe set one at like 250. Reach for the stars. If you're in very small and you're just stinking and dunking, getting used to how I talk through these trades, this and that, reach for the stars. Go for that 250. I mean, but make sure you've got that stop loss set if you're going to do that. All right, here we did get that wick up here. I hope no one got caught on that. So this is kind of what we're watching for. So now we want to see that retest. What are we talking about? We're talking about that retest of wedge. We want to see it come up. We knew that this is a pretty massive flag here. I like to see these pickups of support on these wicks right here. 55's creeping, or 200, is creeping up on the 1 minute. I like an entry on this above 524. SLQT halted up. Oh no, it's not halted. It is popping though. I don't like to reach into something like this after we already had a 9% candle. And then we've got this triple top, like really hard to break over that. I think we get one candle push. I think we could test like 126, 127, and we should come back down to about 111 in the next few minutes. That's what I'm expecting on this one. So I'm not touching it right there. I just don't like the way the candles are moving. Okay, CYAD was another one. We had that level for taking an entry at 151 up to 171. That's 10, 12%. Our safer entry was 162. If you took that, please play this carefully, because this candle right here, we are trying to pick up that support to push back up. But when we see that, that little doji here and then a massive red trying to engulf, that could be indicative of us coming down if we don't push up over, say, 170 and pretty stinking quick here. SQL still halted. Lucy is another one that I actually had this on our watch list today. So if you took that on the watch list, you're up about 20% right now. Pretty nice. I do want to check the SPY. I gave some levels for the SPY. I want to see what it's doing here. Okay, so we're peaking up. We're attempting. We picked up that, the wick low, slightly lower, strong pickup of support here. But seeing 2 candles like this and not even be able to push past that, I'm not too thrilled with that. So this third candle, if we peek over that wick high, I always go one out of the money on our options, which would be the 410. It's a little bit juiced. $1.60 for a 1 day is a little bit juiced. It's at $1.60 right now. Don't take it until we break over that peak of the candle before. Be very careful. And again, with zero DTE trading, folks, you better be ready to buy and sell. If you are watching this because you're trying to learn options and how to trade the SPY, do not take a zero DTE SPY trade the first 20 minutes of market open. You can wreck your shit in 5 minutes. This is like no joke. One of these candles, and let me show you an explanation here. All right. One candle, one 1 minute candle went from $1.35 to $1.58. That's 16 to 18% on one candle. So if you can't afford to lose that, to play with that, get out. Like, seriously, guys, it's just not worth it. All right, so there's our entry at $1.60 a contract. Immediately, when you get a stronger wick high candle like this, if I'm playing 10 contracts, I like to sell 5 right out the gate for 5 to 10%. Like I could be buying and selling these contracts within 45 seconds, because what does that do? If I have 10 contracts and I lock up 5 of those contracts at, say, 6%, that's 30%. That means the other half of those contracts can realistically go down 30% and I still break even. It gives you a little breathing room in a super intense situation. However, the other side of this is follows. You can't overcommit and put your half of your I'll just buy 10 contracts and no. That doesn't work. Like look at the rejection right here. We had our safer above the squares, the safer entry. This line was our riskier entry. We wanted to get past all our FUD in this area here, as I talked about, because that was a lot of shit right there. I'm not saying we come all the way back down now, but that's the main thing you have to be super, super aware of when it comes to trading the SPY. One more chart I'm going to go over is I want to see a ticker. We've got 88 people in here. What do you want the levels for option trading today? Give me a ticker. The one I see two people pick the same ticker. I'll do that chart. So give me what you want. You pick it for me and I'll pull it up. It's got to be one with decent contracts though. It's not going to be something that we can't day trade. So if you guys give me some tickers, I'll pull one up and give you some levels for trades. All right. I knew someone was going to say Tesla. I knew it was going to be Tesla too. That stupid stock. All right. Let's check on our SQL trade here. Okay. So red candle back down. I think we're going to settle in this area here and then we'll get a next leg up. This is our 50%. I'm going to pop a little. This is our golden fibs level. This is where continuation, like this is where you want to see that continuation. However, on a micro float like this, it's not really the same. So let's put this yellow. There we go. XOM, XMOP, Tesla. Okay, it's Tesla it is. So if you're in this trade, obviously you should be scaling out this or that, but that's the level we're going to watch. I do believe this touches $3 today. I do. And that's it's not a guarantee. It's just a hunch. And what did I tell you guys about hunches and I think? You'll lose your money if you play like that. So be very careful considering that. So we did get our 150 entry here. We hit that 171, about 10-12%. Looks like it might want to take a next leg up here, establish those trend lines as we go. So we're watching this little trend here. Oh, sorry. We want this little trend line here. As long as we follow this up, I'm happy. That's what I want to see. Even if we overperform it and we end up here and we come back down and we take a nice bounce off that trend line, that's what we want to see. All right. Tesla it is. Let's see. Oh. All right. A lot of wicks. A lot of wicks here. A lot of wicks on the top of these candles. So we're having tough time breaking this area right here. Immediately we could see that. So a couple things. First, it's telling me one thing is, what do we call the zone where we don't really want to touch the trades? The Amma Jamma no zone is right here. I don't want nothing to do with Tesla in this zone. All right. I'm going to erase this orange. I just want to identify it because I know it's hard for you guys to see when I got that orange on. So, and that is the reason I get a lot of people asking me why I do this little box instead of a line. I do the box so you, the viewer, can see it. The lines are real hard to see sometimes. So just so you know, that's why I do those boxes like that is for you guys. So honestly, this wick high area, I'd like to see the impulse move in the retest because as evident with the all right, so our SPY calls are doing pretty okay right here with about 9% on them. They're not terrible. If you haven't sold any of them, get out of at least half now. If you didn't take half on that candle because we did wick down, come back up, I would take out half now because it does look like we're having a really tough time getting past our FUD zone. That car crash right here. All these candles piled on top of each other we can't get past. We got to get through that. We got to get through that 409.60 or we have no chance. If we get through that 409.60, we will test the 200 on the 1 minute. Where's our VWAP at? I forgot to turn it back on. I like it for the SPY. Okay, so let's hope the VWAP cradles us up like a baby and we pick up support right there. This is my trend line I'm seeing. We did have a candle break impulsively below it, but this is what I'm watching. Let's make it thicker for everybody to see. Here's our trend line. If we follow that, we're golden. All right. Now, Tesla, what about the put side? So we know that we don't want nothing to do with this zone. All right. But at the loss of this zone, we come up pretty stinking quick to this low a day here. All right. So you've got these three levels here. You've got and I'm on the 1 minute chart because honestly, day trading Tesla, you need that 1 minute chart on. Because let's be real, it moves quickly and we're in weekly contracts. If we were in monthly contracts, I wouldn't even look at the 1 minute. I wouldn't even look at the 5 minute. We're scalping, baby. So we like the 1 minute. We like 5 minute for confirmation after that, which this 5 minute tells a story. First candle, most of the body towards the top, 3/4 of the way up. Pretty good. Next candle, got that doji bottle almost symmetrically in the middle. Tells me we got hard rejection. We had this candle just barely peek over right here. All right. Just barely, and hard rejection and push back all the way down to the middle there. So for me, the bottom of our box plus these two lines. So this is what I'm looking for on this 5 minute. Let's draw through these two wicks there. Let's just see what this shows us. We know that it's nothing solid. It's a test for me. This area here. So we're not touching shit in that area. SPY's kind of hanging out too. What do we talk about? The theta killer. The SPY's been the theta killer the last 2 days. That's just the reality of it. We could get a little nice pop. That's just the reality of it. But this is where we're at with it. So we might sell off a little bit here. We shall see. So Tesla, same thing. Let's see what this wick does here. I personally like Tesla puts below 194.50. If you take there, you have to be ready to sell at the wick low if we pick up support there. All right. But not before that 194.50. I want to see us lose this wick low. And plus this nasty 1 minute candle, I would wait. And if this candle touches 194.50, that doesn't mean get the put, because we're getting into exhaustion candle territory. So we're gonna get a flip back up, which is the candle we're looking at right now. And we want to see it stay within 2/3. We don't want this retracement to go more than 2/3 back up this candle. All right. And if we can do both of those things and hit that 194.50, that's entry. We want to stay within 2/3 of this candle, encompassing this candle. We don't want to retrace back any more than that. We're having some pretty tight battles here. So those are the two areas we're watching. I'm not really looking at a bullish entry at this time unless we break over this VWAP and start to test the 55. Then I'll look twice at it. All right. Well, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but we're about to pop on over to the Discord to trade some options. We will be back tomorrow here, same time, same place, doing option trades, same as normal. Let's check our day trades before we pop on out of here. Discord is discord.gg/pennyboys. We did hit 240. We got a higher high on this SQL. We're still halted. We've got KPRX halted as well. Look at this, guys. This is what I'm talking about. Do you see the impulse move when we broke back into our wedge? If you took that wedge entry at 526, boom, you're already up 8%. Already. We went back, we retested, came back, second retest, blasted when we even sniffed this trend line. I mean, the stuff, just be patient. Just be patient, So, yeah, but come check us out in the Discord. My name's Amajama. DM me there. DM me on the Facebook Penny Boys page. DM me anywhere you see that name. That name it precedes me. Everybody knows that name. Once you hear it, you can't forget it. Not that everybody knows me. So DM me if you want some information on the Discord. I am going to hop on over there right now, and we're going to trade some SPY, baby. Bye, guys.